Hi there, it's Will Ellis again. In this video I'm going to talk about installing ScopeSync for the first time. So first of all, on the GitHub page you'll see there's a releases section, so I'm just going to click on that. And the latest release will appear at the top, so in this case we're at Black Dwarf. So just scroll down to the bottom of that release note and you'll get to the download link. So I'm just going to download that, which shouldn't take too long, it's a pretty small file. Once it's downloaded, just click on the zip file. Run the setup.exe, and if you're running Windows 8 then the first thing that will happen is you'll get a warning, so we just say we want to run it anyway, and we get to the setup wizard. So fairly standard license to accept. And then on the next screen, this is where do we install ScopeSync. So actually what this is going to be is where the library of content gets installed, so configurations, templates, etc. So if you want to have the standard install directory, just click Next. Next, on this page, you get to choose which components to install. Now, we've ticked the most standard options here, but for people who want to have the Max for Live patches, then you might want to tick that box. For those brave people who want to try the VST3 plugin, then you can also tick this, but at the moment there are a few features that don't work in that, so I would recommend for normal use just stick to the VST2 plugin. If you're running 64-bit Windows, you'll also have the option to have the 64-bit plugin installed as well. You can have both of them running with no problem. So once you've picked all the things you want or don't want, then you get onto the next screen where you get to choose where to install things. So in this case, you need to pick where the scope module gets installed. So this will just be the root of your scope installation directory. So for people running with scope PCI, this will say program files scope PCI, change it to scope Excite like I have in my case, if you have an Excite. Moving on to the next tab, then this is where you want to install the modular module. So in this particular case, I'm just installing it into the standard directory, so I'm just going to change that to Excite. For me, if you choose to install yours in a different place, then just select the root there and the subdirectory where you want it to be. Next one here is just where you want to install the VST2 plugin. If you are installing the VST3, it will automatically install into the standard location that Cubase expects to find it in, so there's no option for that. Finally, if you've selected to install the Max for Live components, then you'll get two directories here. One is for your Ableton user library. Now this defaults actually to my documents. I've already set this up previously, so it's picked up on my previous install settings where I've got my Ableton user library. Don't have to put it in your user library, but typically that's the easiest place to have it. And then this one here is for the Max installation directory. So this is where the supporting Max package goes. Now this is where it would appear as standard, so obviously as Max goes up in version numbers, then this may need to change, but for the time being this is the standard place for that to be installed. Start menu folder, fairly standard stuff, and then just a confirmation of what we've selected. So I'm just going to click install now. It doesn't take very long. And then we're done. So that's essentially installing ScopeSync.